Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, a podcast dedicated to providing real-life resources for early education professionals. The Teacher's Lounge is hosted by Noelle Dentino and Jessica Day. Together, they bring almost 50 years of combined experience in and out of the early education classroom, offering a wealth of knowledge and practical insights that you need now if you're in childcare. Whether you're a new assistant or making the leap from lead teacher to director, we have you covered. Join us as we delve into the unique challenges and opportunities of each role, sharing our experiences and expertise with practical tools to help you succeed. So, grab a cup of coffee or your favorite drink, and let's jump into the lounge.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Teacher's Lounge. In this episode, we delve into the fascinating world of infant and toddler sensory play. I'm your host, Jessica Day, and today we're embarking on a journey of discovery as we explore the topic, infant and toddler sensory play, exploring the world through the senses. From the moment they entered this world, infants and toddlers possess an insatiable curiosity, an innate desire to explore and make sense of their surroundings. They rely heavily on their senses to understand the world around them, and that's where sensory play comes into play. In this episode, we'll unravel the significance of sensory play in the development of these young children. We'll explore how sensory play not only engages their senses, but also lays the foundation for crucial developmental milestones. But what exactly is sensory play? It encompasses a wide range of activities that stimulate a child's senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and sound, providing a multi-sensory experience that engages their brains and bodies. These experiences are not only fun and enjoyable, but also hold immense educational value. Throughout this episode, we'll be sharing a collection of safe and engaging sensory play ideas that parents, caregivers, and educators can incorporate into the daily routines of infants and toddlers. These activities encourage sensory exploration, enhance stimulation, and contribute to their overall growth and development. So why is sensory play so crucial? What benefits does it offer in terms of language development, cognitive skills, and social-emotional growth in young children? We'll address these questions and more as we dive into the enriching world of sensory play. Sensory play is crucial for the development of infants and toddlers as it offers numerous benefits in terms of language development, cognitive skills, and social-emotional growth. Through sensory experiences, children expand their vocabulary, enhance problem-solving skills and critical thinking abilities, and foster imagination and creativity. Sensory play also contributes to social skills, empathy, and self-regulation, while improving sensory integration and motor skills. Overall, sensory play provides a holistic approach to learning, nurturing children's development in a fun and engaging way. Implementing sensory experiences into the curriculum and classroom environment is a wonderful way for early childhood educators to create a stimulating and engaging learning environment for children ages 0 to 3 years old. Here are some age-appropriate ways ECE teachers can incorporate sensory experiences into their curriculum. Sensory stations. Set up dedicated sensory stations within the classrooms. For infants, provide soft fabrics or textured toys for them to explore through touch. For toddlers, offer sensory bins filled with safe materials like colored rice, foam blocks, or water play. Use materials that are age-appropriate and free from choking hazards. Next, sensory art. Encourage sensory exploration through art activities. Provide infants with non-toxic, washable finger paints to explore different colors and textures. For toddlers, offer large brushes and textured materials to create sensory-rich artwork. Allow them to explore different materials like feathers, sponges, or textured papers. Sensory storytelling. Engage infants and toddlers in sensory storytelling experiences. Use colorful board books with different textures or interactive elements for infants to touch and explore. For toddlers, incorporate props or puppets with different textures, scents, or sounds to enhance the sensory experience while telling stories. Next, nature exploration. Take infants and toddlers outside to explore nature and engage their senses. Let them feel different textures like grass, leaves, or tree bark. Encourage them to listen to birds chirping, feel the breeze on their skin, or observe the changing colors of flowers. Offer safe objects for them to explore, such as pine cones or smooth rocks. Sensory music and movement. Incorporate music and movement activities that engage their senses. Provide musical instruments or simple shakers for infants to hold and explore. For toddlers, use scarves, ribbons, or textured toys to enhance their sensory experience while dancing or moving to music. Next, sensory breaks. Offer sensory breaks throughout the day to provide infants and toddlers with opportunities to self-regulate and engage their senses. Create cozy corners with soft pillows, stuffed animals, and age-appropriate sensory materials like squishy toys or textured balls. These breaks can help little ones relax, refocus, and regulate their sensory experiences. Next, sensory exploration activities. Introduce sensory activities that focus on exploration and discovery. For infants, offer containers with safe objects to shake, rattle, or squeeze, promoting their grasp and tactile exploration. For toddlers, provide sensory bins with materials like colored pasta, soft fabrics, or water play with floating objects for them to explore and manipulate. Next, sensory science experiences. Engage infants and toddlers in age-appropriate, sensory-focused science experiences. For example, provide opportunities for them to explore with water or ice, observing changes in temperature and textures. Offer materials like foam or bath toys for them to experiment with floating or sinking. Always prioritize safety and supervision when implementing sensory experiences for infants and toddlers. Consider their developmental stage, sensory preferences, and individual needs. By incorporating age-appropriate sensory experiences into the curriculum and classroom environment, ECE teachers can enhance children's learning, promote their development, and create a joyful and enriching educational experience. Now that we have explored the benefits of sensory play and discussed the significance it holds for young children, let's delve into practical tips for teachers to effectively implement these sensory experiences in their classrooms. Here are some tips for teachers to efficiently implement sensory experiences in their classroom. First, plan and prepare. Take time to plan and prepare sensory activities in advance. Consider the developmental stage and individual needs of the children in your classroom. Gather the necessary materials and ensure they are safe, age-appropriate, and easily accessible. Next, create a sensory-friendly environment. Set up a dedicated area or corner in your classroom for sensory experiences. Make it inviting and visually appealing with soft lighting, comfortable seating, and visually stimulating elements. Ensure the space is easily cleaned and organized for quick setup and cleanup. Next, offer choices. Provide a variety of sensory activities and materials for children to choose from. Offer different textures, scents, colors, and sounds to cater to their individual preferences. By offering choices, you encourage autonomy and engagement. Next, rotate materials. Keep sensory experiences fresh and exciting by rotating materials regularly. Introduce new textures, scents, objects to explore. This helps maintain children's interest and curiosity, preventing sensory experiences from becoming predictable or monotonous. Incorporate sensory play into daily routines. Integrate sensory activities into daily routines. such as during circle time, transition periods, or free play. For example, include a sensory song or finger play during morning routines, or incorporate sensory materials into art or science activities. Next, encourage active exploration. Encourage children to actively engage with sensory materials and experiences. Provide open ended prompts and questions that invite exploration, observation, and discovery. Encourage them to use all their senses to fully engage with sensory activities. Facilitate language development. Use descriptive language during sensory experiences to enhance language development. Label and describe the sensory materials. Encourage children to express their observations and feelings, and engage in conversations about their sensory discoveries. Next, observe and record. Observe children's reactions, interactions, and engagement levels during sensory activities. Adjust and modify the experiences based on their responses. Some children may need additional support or adaptations to fully participate and benefit from sensory experiences. Next, document and share. Document children's sensory experiences through photos, videos, or written observations. Share these with parents to keep them informed about their child's learning and development. Encourage parents to continue sensory exploration at home by providing them with activity ideas or sensory resources. Finally, reflect and adapt. Reflect on the effectiveness of sensory experiences and make necessary adaptations. Consider children's feedback, interests, and developmental progress. Continuously assess and modify sensory activities to meet the evolving needs and interests of the children in your classroom. By following these tips, teachers can effectively implement sensory experiences in their classroom, fostering a rich learning environment that promotes exploration, engagement, and holistic development in young children. At a local early education program that I once worked with, there were two passionate toddler teachers named Laura and Michelle. They shared a deep commitment to providing the best learning experiences for their little ones. Over time, they had noticed the incredible potential of sensory play and its positive impact on early childhood development. Determined to create a sensory-rich environment, Laura and Michelle embarked on an exciting journey together. They spent hours brainstorming, researching, and gathering materials to bring their vision to life. Their classroom transformed into a vibrant haven where sensory exploration awaited at every turn. Laura and Michelle carefully arranged various sensory stations, each dedicated to engaging a specific sense. Soft, squishy materials filled the tactile station, inviting little hands to explore different textures and shapes. Olfactory station delighted their noses with jars of aromatic herbs and scented Play-Doh. Colorful lights and mobiles adorned the visual station, capturing the attention of their curious eyes. As the toddlers stepped into their newly transformed classroom, their faces lit up with sheer joy and wonder. Michelle and Laura observed the children's excitement as they eagerly immersed themselves in the sensory experiences. They saw their little ones giggling as their fingers sank into the sensory bins, feeling the grains of rice and scooping up small toys hidden within. The room was filled with happy chatter as the children described the sensations they experienced. Laura and Michelle noticed the sensory play fostered not only exploration, but also language development. They encouraged the children to describe what they felt, heard, and saw during their sensory adventures. The little ones learned new words, expanded their vocabulary, and developed a deeper understanding of the world around them. Moreover, the teachers witnessed how sensory play nurtured cognitive skills in their toddlers. They watched as children experimented with cause and effect, pouring water from one container to another, and stacking blocks to build tall towers. Problem-solving and critical thinking skills were awakened as the toddlers discovered new ways to manipulate the sensory materials. But it wasn't just cognitive growth that blossomed. Social-emotional development thrived too. Laura and Michelle observed how sensory play encouraged cooperation, turn-taking, and sharing among the children. They giggled together while splashing in the water table, taking turns pouring and filling cups. They empathized with one another, offering comfort when someone felt overwhelmed by a strong scent or a loud sound. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Laura and Michelle saw incredible growth in their toddlers. Each child blossomed with newfound confidence, creativity, and a thirst for discovery. Sensory play became a cherished part of their daily routine, igniting a lifelong love for learning. Laura and Michelle's dedication and belief in the power of sensory play transformed their classroom into a haven of exploration, growth, and joy. Together, they created an environment where toddlers thrived, their senses ignited, and their spirits soared. With smiles on their faces, Laura and Michelle continued to nurture the young minds in their care, knowing that they were setting the foundation for a lifetime of learning and exploration. To put sensory experiences into action for infants and toddlers, here are some first steps an infant or toddler teacher can take. First, educate yourself. Gain knowledge about the importance and benefits of sensory play for infants and toddlers. Understand how sensory experiences contribute to their development and learning. Stay updated on age-appropriate sensory activities and safety guidelines. Next, assess your classroom environment. Evaluate your classroom environment and identify areas where sensory experiences can be incorporated. Consider the available space, materials, and safety considerations. Determine how you can create dedicated sensory stations or areas within the classroom. Now, gather safe and age-appropriate materials. Collect a variety of safe and age-appropriate sensory materials. These could include items such as textured toys, soft fabrics, sensory bins, water tables, musical instruments, scented Play-Doh, and visually stimulating objects. Ensure that the materials are free from choking hazards and meet health and safety standards. Next, start small. Begin by introducing 1 or 2 sensory experiences at a time. Choose activities that are simple, manageable, and align with the developmental stage of the children in your care. For infants, focus on tactile experiences like exploring different textures or introducing gentle sounds. For toddlers, incorporate more interactive and multisensory activities. Next, plan and prepare. Plan your sensory activities in advance. Consider the objectives, materials needed, and the sequence of the experience. Prepare the materials, ensuring they are clean, organized, and easily accessible. Have a clear understanding of the safety precautions and guidelines for each activity. Introduce sensory experiences. Start by introducing the sensory experiences during designated play or exploration time. Guide infants and toddlers as they engage with the materials, encouraging them to use their senses and explore freely. Observe their reactions and responses, adjusting the activity as needed. Reflect and adapt. Reflect on the outcomes of the sensory experiences and observe the children's engagement in learning. Consider their interests, preferences, and developmental needs. Adapt and modify the sensory activities based on their responses to ensure they are engaged and benefiting from the experiences. Next, involve the families. Share the importance and benefits of sensory play with families. Provide resources and suggestions for sensory activities that can be replicated at home. Encourage parents to engage in sensory play with their infants and toddlers, fostering consistency and continuity between the home and classroom environment. Collaborate with your colleagues. Collaborate and share ideas with other infant or toddler teachers. Exchange knowledge, experiences, and activity suggestions. Engage in professional development opportunities or workshops that focus on sensory play to enhance your skills and understanding. Last, continuously learn and grow. Stay curious and open to learning. Explore new sensory materials, activities, and research in the field of early childhood development. Adapt and refine your sensory play practices based on the evolving needs of the infants and toddlers in your care. By taking these first steps, infant and toddler teachers can begin implementing sensory experiences in their classrooms, creating a stimulating and enriching environment where young children can explore, learn, and thrive. Infant and toddler sensory play is a powerful tool that fosters holistic development in young children. By engaging their senses through safe and engaging activities, infants and toddlers can explore the world around them, enhancing their cognitive, language, and social emotional skills. As we've seen in the journey of Laura and Michelle, two dedicated toddler teachers, implementing sensory experiences in the classroom has been transformative. By educating themselves on the significance of sensory play, assessing their classroom environment, and gathering age-appropriate materials, Laura and Michelle created an enchanting space that captivated the hearts and minds of their little learners. Starting small and planning their sensory activities with care, Laura and Michelle provided their toddlers with a myriad of opportunities to engage with the world through their senses. They observed the delight in their children's faces as they explored different textures, scents, colors, and sounds. The children's language blossomed, cognitive skills flourished, and social emotional growth thrived as they actively participated in the sensory experiences. Through reflection and adaptation, Laura and Michelle fine-tuned their approach, creating an inclusive and welcoming atmosphere where each child's unique needs were met. By involving families and collaborating with colleagues, they built a supportive community that extended the benefits of sensory play beyond the classroom walls. As infant and toddler teachers, we are entrusted with shaping the early delete. As infant and toddler teachers, we are entrusted with shaping the early years of a child's life. By embracing the enriching world of sensory play and implementing these steps, we empower our young learners to grow, discover, and flourish. Let us all be inspired by Laura and Michelle's dedication and passion as we embark on our own journey to nurture the next generation of curious minds through the magic of sensory play. Together, we can create a world where each child's potential is nurtured and celebrated, setting the stage for a bright and promising future. As we come to the end of this episode of the Teacher's Lounge, we want to extend our heartfelt appreciation to each and every one of you for joining us today. We are truly grateful for your time, your dedication to the field of early childhood education, and your unwavering commitment to providing the best possible learning experience for your youngest learners. By exploring the world of infant and toddler sensory play, we have delved into the profound impact that sensory experiences can have on a child's development. We have discovered the significance of sensory play in fostering language development, cognitive skills, and social emotional growth in our little ones. Moreover, we have explored practical steps to implement sensory experiences in the classroom and witnessed the inspiring journey of teachers like Laura and Michelle. We want to express our deep admiration for all of the early childhood educators out there who go above and beyond to create nurturing environments where sensory exploration thrives. Your passion, creativity, and commitment to each child's growth and well-being are invaluable. Thank you for embracing the power of sensory play and for continuously seeking ways to enhance the learning journey of our infants and toddlers. Remember, every sensory experience we offer is an opportunity for a child to make sense of the world, to discover their own abilities, and to build a strong foundation for future learning. Let us continue to celebrate the wonder of sensory play, advocate for its importance, and inspire one another as we embark on this beautiful journey of early childhood education. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Teacher's Lounge. We look forward to exploring more topics together, sharing insights, and supporting one another in our collective mission to shape the bright futures of our youngest learners. Until next time, keep inspiring, keep learning, and keep making a difference in the lives of our precious children.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of the Teacher's Lounge. We're so grateful for your time. and hope you found our discussion helpful and inspiring. Remember, you are doing an amazing job in the field of early education, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Until next time, take care, and we'll be back soon with more resources, insights, and inspirations to help you succeed. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on all our social medias to stay up to date on the latest happenings inside the lounge. Keep up the great work. We're cheering you on.